match that they can, but they are also low on builds. We saw 19 in the inventory at that moment too. Eomzo's team trying to launch pad all the way ahead. They need a big game this game. Every other team starting to hit the pads. It seems to be Zlem's team with Narwhal, who's going to be trying to claim high ground, but no, Bank Teller lands on top of that too. At the back of the storm, we see Whofishy and Kaz still in this as a duo. Remember, this was our 6th place team, and they lost Aspect early on, and they're still up in it. But again, scuffed on materials. They need to be able to try and get some sort of refresh to keep it in this, but as a duo, it's going to be very, very tough.
Yeah, definitely. Kaz, Whofishy, Aspect on the move right now, though, trying to go ahead and solidify their route back on up to the top. Remember, they had 2 second places yesterday before falling out of favor. Kaz here split up from his teammate. No builds to work with, still alive. Can he pull an EU clutch the way we just watched Curiosity do here? He managed to stay alive for forever, what seemed like forever. In the end game, Kaz is still up on that low ground. He's above the surge. One less thing for him to worry about here, and he's got some HP to work with too. On the other side, though, Degen trying to march his way on up to the top there alongside Agers and Skittles. He's at the front side of the zone. Enemies to the right here, making edits here. They're fighting for control of the builds. It's not easy by any means. Whofishy on the other side, by himself now as well. He's got a couple mats. He's going to go for the fight. Down comes the edit. Beautiful shot there. That's one down. Nicely done. That's on to Stretch. Another top 10 team now. Crossed.
Every single team picking up members on other top 10 teams as well, but every single player we've checked into seems to have under 20 builds to their name. This endgame being scuffed fight after scuffed fight. If Degen's team still in it as well. Eomzo's team comes into the back of Whofishy, and it seems to be Whofishy will be taken down at that moment too, but Pledge and Teo go down too, leaving Tabs G alive as a solo. The storm ticking, pressuring him as he goes, and no, Tabs G is also going to be picked up as we see Degen in another box, him going down as well, but Skills is still left in it, making a med kit play at the back of the storm.
Nope, down he goes as well. The shots are coming in. It's to the pressure of the high ground team. Bully, Christensen, Bank Teller trying to set up this victory royale here. It's almost there on the front side of the zone. Xset, Clarity, Knight, Shark, they're still up right now. They're still holding on. Zlem here trying to make his best do with the game as well. He's going deep into the zone, trying to deny the eliminations here, make any kind of placement points possible, and the zone's coming his way. He might actually be able to sneak his way back into this. He's trying to find a siphon here. That's a desperate act, but no, it's not going to be enough. Down he goes, and now we're setting ourselves up for this 3v3v2 situation that's going to unfold here.
Yep, most of the teams in here not in the top 10 overall in the leaderboard, so definitely big shake-up starting to happen right now. But for Clarity G, 11 builds to his name, no AR in the inventory. The pressure starts to come out from the high ground team. They're hopefully going to be able to pinch the team that's in the mid ground right now, looking up, trying to apply any pressure they can. But they found another chug cannon, and this could be Zlem's old loot that they came across, and an absolute gold mine of loot, of materials, of heals, of whites in particular, picking up hopefully that medkit so they can make some medkit plays for the victory royale. But because this is going back over the old builds, every team is slowing down. It's potentially going to go to a heal off, and I've not seen any team that has a ton of medkits, a ton of those chug cannons at the same time. So this may have to be some form of aggression coming from the high ground teams, just jumping down, and Squish goes down.
There it is. Finally, Bank Teller, Krizix, they get a little more active. You can tell they're getting antsy here. They're trying to work their way down. Time is ticking here, guys. They're starting to run out, but so is the low ground team. Luckily, they do have a heal situation, but no med kit comes out early. They're just going to forego that entire thing. Out comes the launch pad. Up for high ground. Teams are trying to go in and fight for this back here. Bully goes up. Bully is safe, though, but the heals are happening down low. Bully might have tossed it, but no, that's a white tag. Can he get the finish instead? Clarity comes to the support there, finds the final elimination, and there it is, the victory royale.
The shots come out in the back, and it's going to be Macwood's team who picks up the elimination. So this is now opening the field for other teams, not for Commandment's team, as they has also been picked up in this game too, but for Tabs G, Teo, and Pledge, this is a possibility for them. Also remember, Buka's team's out, Degen's team's out as well, so Tabs G, this could be all down to them.
And also, it can happen for Slacks, Acorn, and Jack here, too, if they can pull something big here as well. One of the few teams inside the top 10 still up right now. Here comes another layer change, beautifully done. They're just a single tick of damage above here, and now you can see how volatile it is. They need more tags, and all of a sudden, out comes the edit. Great job here. That's a refresher in a second, and another white tag. And Acorn with a quick wall take there manages to control the situation, grab hold of the builds here, and this is their new domain to mess with. What do they want to do? Of course, get back up. They're comfortable now. They can play out this end game. Big points here as well already. Now that's 5 eliminations, catching up to the edge of the zone where they managed to position themselves. This is perfect.
This is perfect for them, but they need to make sure they stay on a good elevated layer here. They're going to do exactly that, hitting the launch pad, and they're almost going to play for height. No, they're not going to go for it. I thought we could have seen the big play, and it's the exit boys and Clarity G on height, who may have the day of their life. Still in this game, though. Pams to carry fat to the backside, but we see Jack, as he lands, gets absolutely lasered down to 20 HP, but look who is still in it. Tabs G, Pledge, and Teo at the front of the zone, picking up another elimination too.
Look at that, and that's going to be a huge refresher there. And he manages to pick up the chug cannon. This is a win condition now granted to the hands of his team here. Unfortunately, he might have lost his shotgun in the process. We'll end up seeing how that's going to play out for him. But hey, they're still alive here. They're still in the game, and it looks like they have 2 chug cannons to work with there. And look at how many players are trying to work their way through the builds here. This is going through old structures. This is such a tough place to play out. How do we end up over here? I don't even know. It seems like time has flown by so quickly, but all of a sudden we're inside the stronghold, in the heart of the stronghold here, and Acorn is still up. He's already picked up another set of elims. They're at 8 now, Reese. Comfortable here, but starting to run out of material. Another fight's gonna come their way soon.
They've been popping off, but Slack's now down low on HP, as we see down on low ground. Pledge, Tabs G, and Teo are running into some issues. You cannot break through that wall. Yes, you can, because it's the door. That is so lucky. I thought they were actually going through into the walls of that. They're actually in the middle. I thought they were slightly further out from here, but for them, they are still low on materials, but they have claimed that low ground. Stretch is on their layer. Canada as well, but they are not known to be low ground players, and they prove it here because Tabs easily wipes them with no effort. Above them, the full trio, Slacks, Acorn, Jack, still in this. On high ground, we see the Exit Boys and Clarity G. This is a 3v3v3 situation, and it may go to the team up on high ground.
Nope, it's gonna go to Pledge here. It's gonna pop off the low ground, the follow-up there, and the clean wipe, and they completely demolish Jack, Acorn, and Slacks, completely taken out there. Well played for them. Pledge dips back into the zone. He's got the single heal, though. He's got to be careful. He's blowing all the shots there inside the zone, and Knight, Shark, and Clarity might be setting themselves up for this victory royale once again here. They have the HP advantage, Reese. I mean, this is the kind of situation you want to be in, but the more time they give them, the more time the low ground teams can actually bounce back. There's all the heals. They come through. It's winnable now. What a great shot. Tabs G finds one, but no, it's not going to be enough. Teo now has to clutch this up. Knight is still up here. If he gets the siphon, he does. Oh my gosh. Teo just won that one too. Pledge gets in the zone here. He's going on up. He's going for it. He gets broken out. It's going to be a 1v1. Here goes the gunfight, but no. Doesn't find it, Reese. He's starting to run out of mats here. Into the zone he goes. He still has a little bit of time. He cuts him off. Here comes the edit. Shark is still alive. Was it too soon? Oh.
That was a huge play. That could have been so good. The reverse ramps to almost block them in the back of the zone. But Knight, Shark, and Clarity G really safe, and then they're going to heal up.
This is it. They're looking very cash-strapped right now. They're in big needs here. Scented has to pause down. Again, these are valuable seconds, guys. They are losing on rotating to the front side of zone where, you know, traditionally you see Scented, Commandment, and Edgy leading the rotates, not trailing behind here, trying to figure it out. Here comes the launch pad nice and early, trying to get to that front side. This is where we normally see them, and they're a lot higher than the usual as well, but hey, this is the safer layer for the time being. They all touch down one another. How can they begin to fight back here, find some elims, and continue to lead their way, push their way through this rotate right now? Because that is what's most important, is staying alive, staying in front. On the backside, though, you saw Jack goes down to Larson. He's going to get knocked there, and all of a sudden now competition starting to fall here. This is an opportunity for Scented, Commandment, and Edgy.
Yep, Scented just trying to do what he can with this low amount of wood just to tunnel his team in up ahead, as now Edgy's leading over the top. He has the hard materials. He's going to keep them in the game right now, but they're in an uncomfortable position for themselves. A cheap tarp in the middle of the storm with tons of teams on their layer. This is not their comfort zone. This is not where they thrive the best. They thrive the best down on that low ground positioning, popping off, applying any pressure we can, and look who's taken that slot. Pledge and Teo, but unfortunately they've actually lost Tabs G see in this match so far. So again, this is another opportunity for Scented Commandment and Edgy to pop off, as long as Pledge and Teo don't pop off themselves in this game. As you see extra materials up there, that's going to be hard mats. I think it's just Siphon, and yes, the big elimination comes through for Pledge as well, and that's actually onto Bizzle at the back of the storm. Some hard materials now. They're going to try and get ahead and claim this low ground.
Plenty of material now as Pledge starts to take over here and lead his way through this end game here. Acorn still up. Scented, Edgy, and Commandment found their way to low ground, and the fight's breaking out. Pledge and company trying to escape the grips of Scented, Edgy, and Commandment there. They do manage to get away. They jump up to another layer. Acorn, Slacks, and Jack are now officially out here, down to the hands of Skittles. Skittles is still alive there as well. Back with Scented though, Commandment and Edgy, they have control of this low ground. Compact SMG is going to be so good down here to break through these builds, apply extra pressure, especially if he can keep it completely loaded. And this is where the points are starting to really rack up right now. They're earning everything that they need. Look at the thing shred. That Compact is so good. The pump's even better. Huge shot. Down goes Pledge. That's a big elimination. They have to catch Teo though. They have to catch Tabs G, who are still alive. They're still earning here.
Yep, Teo's getting the points in, and Scented Commandment and Edgy has to find him, has to pick him up in order to keep themselves flying up the leaderboards. Right now, 5 eliminations to their name. That's 10 points total for them down on the low ground. We see Teo at the back of the storm with no shields right behind them. He could sneak up right inside their tarp to do whatever he can, but slowly on the low ground, they're claiming space. They're playing pumps out. Their spacing is impeccable, immaculate, right next to each other. If anyone drops down into their box, they have 3 shotguns hit right into their face, and the eliminations go straight into the pocket of Scented Commandment and Edgy as they keep ahead of the storm right now. Kaz, Hoofishy on the layer above them. They're consistently looking up, trying to drop them down straight into their box, but Hoofishy and Kaz are doing a good job claiming ahead. And yet again, up on high ground, we see Chucky's team, and this is it. This is where it comes out from. Hoofishy is getting pressured from down below, but he's going to have to go back into the storm. This is going to be a battle of the layer. Who will be able to claim it between Hoofishy's team and Scented's team down on the low ground?
Now, mind you, they are inside the top 5 as well. Hoofishy, Aspect, and Cavs managed to really stretch this game out, make success of it. Down comes Yet It, Dubs, Mega, Rocane. All of a sudden, they're inside the blender here, quite literally. Scented with a misplay. He throws a heal on accident. He switched to the wrong material, and all of a sudden now Commandment has to clutch this one up. He is chasing him down. 2, 3 tags. Yes, it's enough to keep him alive, but steel sharpens steel. Down goes Nut versus Rocane. They're the last players alive. The heals are going off, and they're on the hunt for one another. Rocane has a hunch, though. Has he managed to track him correctly? No. He runs around, turns around, hits the shot, too. And down go Chucky and Nut there in the final moments. And somehow, Rocane managed to clutch up here for Mega and Dubs in the end game. Let's see, though. They're making this rotate. They're doing a great job here staying in front, but you notice other teams have this same exact strategy in mind. That's why Reverse 2K, Miro, and Day were swinging around the front. That's where normally you see Scented, Edgy, and Commandment, but there's no Scented here right now from what we can tell. Reverse 2K is going to find Gabe there in the feed. Scope onto Thatch. Skittles is going to go down to Dictating. That's the high ground team putting pressure. Miro finds Colazo as well. So Miro, Day, and Reverse 2K are popping off right now at 5 eliminations. Mega Dubs and Rocane still alive here. They end up giving up the high ground to Wrigley and Dictating, and now they're on the low ground here, so they might be clashing up here against Duke's Users Injustice.
It might be all 3 teams that we're spectating currently on that low ground position. You got to think Scented Commandment, Edgy probably around that same layer too. Jukes has changed that layer, got themselves up a little bit higher. They're still as a full trio up at the top here, still with capabilities of applying that pressure too. But Miro now, 5 eliminations on today, 2 eliminations onto Miro, and going for more, but he's going to be traded up instead. So it's going to be up to Day to see if he can apply that pressure, hit those shots back in return, and they might even be able to get the res off. They're not going to go for it at all. Reverse is going to start leading Day in, tunneling him, setting himself up into positions to get as many shots as he can. But no, there's a player in the back. The Mongrel Classic comes out. He manages to dip outside of the box, but only 62 HP remaining, but a lucky zone pull will pull back to him and give him time to breathe.
And just a great read right there to go ahead and turn around and actually just had a chunky shotgun shot right there to go and keep him safe in the game here. And that's Kanata, Saf, and Stretch, who are just down below. Reverse 2K has to make a decision here. Stay on the level, burn these materials, or go down and face a full-on trio. I mean, decision's pretty simple here. Stay on the level, don't give it up, but they're going to be moving into Rocane, Dubs, and Mega soon, who are just in front here. So either way, a clash is going to happen. There's a silhouette you can see behind the wall. Here they are, but Mega looking on the wrong layer here, almost drops his guard there and nearly gets taken out, but no, They end up giving up this grounds here, and they're still alive at the moment. Reverse UK finds a full trio. Sprite, Tahi go down there in the feed. Reverse does find what he was looking for. Mega finds the refresh here. We're officially inside the top 8. As Justice finds Reverse UK. Huge elim for him. Daze by himself now. That same layer. No, big shot there. Down goes Blake. Great points for him here. 6 already for his own individual elims.
6 for himself. He's sneaking, he's slinking around the back of the storm. He's tagging a little bit of shot. He managed to have that chug cannon at the back there, keeping him in it, but with such low HP, he's gonna have to try and do anything. One single shot from any AR, from basically any shotgun will take him out, but he has the materials, so he's gonna cover his top, he's gonna cover his bottom, but he is on that second height, and that pressure is gonna start to come out from the top. A player's onto his wall, but no, he manages to block it off. He goes out, he goes for the shot. No, he manages to yet again disengage, get back out, but again he's playing so careful, so fast. The player goes through from the other side of the wall, but no, he's out, and it's P-God who picks day up.
Oh, that was filthy right there. He was almost quick enough to do it. You saw the technique, the high level play coming in, but P-God still so nimble. He's gonna jump down a couple more layers. He's alive here, he's in a game, but the story is for Dukes, uses Injustice, who finally managed to make an end game here on day number 2. Dukes comes down, huge shot, but it's a miss. It's not enough. User with a huge follow-up. Can he get this last one? This is important. It could be everything, but it's not the finish he was looking for. Saf does not manage to be enough here, but Agers on high ground with Degen and Skittles pull out a victory royale in the final moments. Those are still alive here. That's our 4th place team. Just paired up right next door. No, Agers is down. Jack Acorn and Slash is still up. They still have a chance here. On high ground is Bizzle right now, but Users down to 1 tag. Users falls. Dukes now has no HP. He gets landed on by Jack and Slacks. They're next door, and they get him taken out. Down goes Dukes, and all of a sudden that is it. 1, 2, and 3 are out of the game here. The standings are open officially for the other trios to jump on up to really set us up for a close final game 6.
Those final game 6, 1, 2, 3, and 4 are out, which leaves Aspect's team still in it. And it was Kaz who actually picked up the 1v2 onto Azer's team, so huge plays from them. Stretch still in this as well, our number 6 team. Not playing their usual high ground play style, but they're close. And if I would bet any money on it right now, Stretch is gonna look up. He's gonna see Bizzle up on high ground. He's gonna start spraying, and they are gonna look to claim the victory royale in this game. They are not a team who is content with being second height, with being mid ground layer. They're a team who wants to play height, and they want to pick up the victory royale.
This is the opportunity right now, opportunity of a lifetime here in the tournament. As no, the launch pad gets broken out there. Stretch is the only one who manages to take it. Kanata barely saves himself there, almost taking fall damage and getting taken out of the round. Here it is. Gabe is going to go on and fall all the way to low. Jack's still up. Other names still in this game as well. I am seeing, of course, Avery here. Who Fishy and company still up too. There, Kanata does manage to get down to his trio. Here's Stretch trying to branch his way on up. This is reminiscent of the final game of last season as we saw it all come down here, but don't worry, we get to continue this arc here today because we still have another round in front of us. Depending on how this plays out though, Reese, Stretch could jump up to top 3 here.
He could indeed, and this is such good awareness to make himself all the way up this hill. But no, Kanata is picked up at the back, so Stretch and Saf as well also picked up to Jack, who is just behind them on the leaderboard. So Stretch is now alive as a solo. He has to make sure he gets up this hill as fast as he can, as he's got Bizzle right on his back. But no, he's a great solo player. He understands exactly what he needs to do. He's got himself in that good position, and hopefully clutches himself up. Big placement points too. But Booga finally putting on a show with Nosh and Avery today, but no materials. They can't get out. They can't even build up with that single brick build that he tried to drop to Avery, so they dropped down to the back of the zone to avoid any of those eliminations giving them to anyone else.
All of a sudden, Frisk ends up on the high ground here. He's putting extra pressure down into the lobby. They're looking to take home this victory royale here. Stretch still alive, the most relevant player in this end game right now in a top 4 situation. Now, don't forget, Stretches have phenomenal solo performances in the past. One of the few players to actually take crowns home as a solo player, showing us what he's got. But there's a full trio up top. He's just got to survive at least one more team for some more placement points. I think he's done it. I think he actually clutched out this top 3. He's playing the Storm here, nice and slow. Can he steal away any of these elims right now? Wait, this is winnable. All of a sudden, this is very winnable. Stretch on high ground. It's a 1v2 situation. He's out of match though, Reese. He hits Frisk. That's one shot, but no. Then it comes through. Frisk clutches up. Oh my gosh, that was so close.
That was so clutch. But for visuals, Big LG, Joji, and Frist as well. They're going to pick up the victory round. Opportunistic about it. These guys have been smart. They've been calculated in every single end game they go to. No risks at all. For Scented Commandment Edge, they've hit their first pad. Hopefully they have another, because that is not going to take them far enough.
I think they do. I mean, they found all that extra loot earlier. Duke's Justice users just inching their way on out. They're just looking right now, trying to find the perfect time so they could pop this launch pad here. And there it is. They have all the information that they need. They've managed to scout it all out. They know it's okay. The air is safe to fly in. No one is situated just yet. Stretch on the other side popping off here. Finds himself an elimination there. They are no longer below the surge. They're just battling it here in this moment. For Scented Commandment and Edgy, they're full on tarping, full base tarping all the way through to the new zone. And remind you, they did have that refresher as well. Since it gets cut off, though, he's got to be careful here. And it's Dukes and company on the other side of the wall here, putting that extra pressure into another team now on the low ground. They're piece controlling all the builds here. They are setting themselves up to be our FNCS champions. They've officially broken to top 17 now. This is it.
This is it. Top 15. The spacing impeccable. Both players, all three, staying so close to each other. If another team opens up the wall, if they find opponents, if they find enemies near them, they will all triple pump at the same time. This is their classic playstyle when they're playing this low to mid as well, and they're 270 above the Storm Surge damage, trying to move on in, getting into the back of the tarps. All three of them taking shots on the same opponents, but no eliminations are come through. They're going to keep going, trying to get round onto the side. Inside the box, they put the cone replace, and that's a knockdown onto Fatch as well. They're going to keep applying that. The finish comes through as well. The elimination points will come through. The refreshes in the inventory. 82 builds still onto Jukes. They are looking so strong coming into the end game.
These huge eliminations, guys. This party might just be over soon. Get ready to get your jackets and go on home, because right now, Dukes, Justice, and users are putting themselves in a position to take this entire thing home here. And look it, you can tell they're feeling very confident. They're starting to fight every team on their layer, and they have the mats to do it. They have everything that they can actually ask for to be victorious in this last game. Now putting that focus up to second height, though. Divine and Slim are up there. Stretch is going to go up from the side. If he does manage to do it, it could open up the opportunity for Justice and crew to go for it. Justice is going to go for it. They want to end this on a victory royale. They want to take home this whole thing with a big W, and Dukes has shown us what he's got. And now the team in first place has high ground in the final moments here of the last game. FNCS Day 2. Reese, we might just be watching greatness unfold here.
We might be, we 100% are. This is the day one users, Justice and Jukes, that we saw yesterday. The performance that we had out of them, they've just waited until the final game to pull it all out. 4 eliminations to their name. High ground secured right now by them all, and absolutely pivotal for Justice. Also picking up more eliminations onto Stretch, down below on the low ground too. They just have the commanding position, and now it's all about securing it. They have the materials and pressuring all of the teams down below.
This is it. Scented still up. Scented goes down. Edgy goes down. And now you are officially watching Justice, Dukes, and users cruise their way on home and take home the Axe of Champions here. It's all going to start unfolding. Commandment goes down to the hands of the high ground team. That's right. They'll be your new FNCS champions, and they could take this home on a W. Put the shots down. Take home the win. All that hard work that they put in this weekend can finally pay off. And yes, Justice, you deserve to dance on height, because this is your game. Game number 12, the last game. Reese, here it is. The final moments now. The shots are coming through. There's only 2 teams between them and finally solidifying that big W they fought so hard for. Here it is. The last player, the low ground. Bring it on home, boys. And as a trio, they do it. There it is. GG's.
Not only will the victory royale go to Jukes, Justice, and users in the final game, the FNCS championship will also go to them. The pickaxes, the crowns on their head. Clinical play throughout the whole weekend. They